this audio and video. Raise.
It should be how the audio. It's good, it's someone who's.
Excuse me.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining this meeting today. We'll give everyone a few more minutes before we begin. All right. It's 9:01, and I call this meeting to order. And since TSMNO is an advisory group meeting, we do not need a quorum for this meeting. And so at this time, we will open the floor for public comment. If any members who have joined us online, or if anyone's joined the Zoom meeting, this is the time you speak up if you have any comments. So the MPO did not receive any public comment for the TSMNO meeting, and if we don't have public comments at the moment, we can move on to the next item on agenda, which is item 3, action items. And so at this point, I hope you all had some time to review the minutes that were sent over with the agenda. And if there are no comments or no feedbacks on the minutes, I would need someone to approve the minutes for the November 18th, 2024 meeting. May I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 18, 2024 meeting?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you so much. So the minutes from the meeting November 18, 2024 are approved without any feedbacks or comments to it. Thank you so much. And moving to the next item on the agenda for reports and presentations. So first we have 4A jurisdictional updates and Manatee County.
Hi, good morning. This is Vishal Kakkad with Manatee County. We had requested to put this item on the agenda, and there were some discussions that we had with FDOT. And after that, it was decided that this is the best course of action for now and put this item here. So we have, as part of our, when we had the regional traffic management center established where all the jurisdictions were participating in that directly. As part of that, the signal system was upgraded. And when I say upgraded, was all of the signal controllers in the region were brought to one standard with one central software system, which ended up being NASDAQ at the time, which was then TrafficWare and now Cubic. So when we started, it was, and I'm going to throw a little bit of, I'm hesitating to through some very technical information, but I'll try my best to decode that. When we started, it was 980 type controllers, uh, which was, I want to say, about 15 plus years back is when they were installed. As we went along, we have maintained those, operated those, and a few years back, I want to say 3+ years back, we were informed through state and Cubic, the owners now, that that controller is end of life and end of support. Naturally, the next version was 980 ATC, that's Advanced Traffic Controller. And Manatee County, at least, and I know some other partners in the region had already started transitioning even before the end of life came. So most of our controllers, at least on the county roads in Manatee County, are with this Advanced Traffic Controllers, the 980 ATCs. For the state intersection, we had that conversation from last year's hurricane season. We still have about 50 plus, at least in Manatee County and city of Palmetto, which are still very old 980, which are no longer getting supported. So we were going to request that those be upgraded to Advanced Traffic Controller, ATC. And in the meantime, while we were doing all of this, about a
Good
couple of
morning,
months back, we
Nicholas.
found out
Thank you for
that
providing the schedule.
while we were doing this, we found out that now the Advanced Traffic Controller is no longer on APL for FDOT, and therefore at some point it will be end of life and end of support. And Cubic is transitioning and encouraging everybody to transition to their latest controller, which is Commander. While this brings the whole issue of, I know we have started installing a few Commander, and we have requested state fund some, but the old ones, which we no longer have life support for. And I know some of our partners have started doing so. But in the meantime, what I'm requesting with this item is to evaluate a system for the region where it is software, hardware agnostic. What is happening is the industry is moving towards open source, where you're not tied to, your controller system is not tied to the central software that controls it. Right now, we are tied to, if we buy Cubic controllers, we have to use their central software system, which is ATMS.now, which has ended up being very challenging, with very buggy at times, and it's very cumbersome from our experience over the years. And anytime there are software updates that come out, it's just a major hassle, including sometimes we just have found that there are just lack of quality control on their end. The other side is Cubic over the years, and I think even now, they are not very open to having their protocol open for other providers so that they can play well together. As we get more and more into connected vehicles arena, it is important that our controllers have that open platform, open source platform, so that other providers can actually tap into that. And Cubic has been one of the holdouts. As far as I know, other providers are open with their source software, and that way it can be integrated. So given all of this background, and given the latest controller is now out of Florida FDOT APL, doesn't mean it's not supported, but it's not on the APL, and we would rather not buy that. So this item is to request for regional support. One of the first steps would be, and I think I saw Catherine Chenault is on here. One of the first steps is to get with the master plan, whether it is concept of operations, system engineering plan, eventually all of that, so that we are ready whenever the federal funding becomes available in future cycles, so that we can request this. And if the answer after all of this ends up being, no, this is the best and the latest and the greatest, so be it. But I think I would like to propose, Manatee County would like to propose right now, is regional support and having designating MPO funding for FDOT assistance in preparing this master plan to evaluate our current signal controllers and central software system. With that, I am resting my case and open for any questions.
Vishal, for the support that you wanted from the group, did you wanted it to be by saying aye or by raising hands, or how do you want this to be reflected in this meeting?
I was asked when we requested this to FDOT. FDOT suggested that we bring this to this group. So
Okay.
whatever that formality ends up being, I don't know.
Okay, got it. Does anyone have any comments or feedbacks to Vishal?
Varshini, this is Nina with the MPO. If I can just jump in. So Ryan Brown did meet, I believe, with FDOT, and we received some high-level estimates for an ATMS master plan. It's about an 18 to 24 month schedule. So what we are looking at right now is including the ATMS master plan in the cost feasible pipeline so that we can get started on a master plan as soon as possible, essentially, so that we're looking at design in the third or the fourth year. And this is based on the information that FDOT had provided. So you should be seeing a draft cost feasible, including the ATMS master plan, within the next few weeks for review before we finalize a draft of the cost feasible. But certainly, I think hearing from members on the TSMNO committee today, or the advisory group, would be helpful in supporting that line item on the cost feasible plan.
Nina, just to confirm, is this the ATMS master plan update that is typically undertaken every few years, or this is specifically for the item that I was discussing?
I believe it is for the item that you were just discussing, and if I'm wrong, I'd ask for FDOT to step in here, but based on the information I have, this will be looking at signal control, communications network, and peripheral devices. And this will kind of be an update to the ATMS planning that began in 2001.
It is in response to your request, Vishal.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
All right, if anyone doesn't have any further comments or questions to Vishal, we can move on to the next item on the agenda, 4B MPO report. And I will provide a little background on the Bear Island and then where we are at the moment. So as many of you might have already know, that the Bear Island implementation plan is in the phase of developing the recommendations and toolkits. And as a part of this effort so far, we have created 3 major toolkits, which are the Transit and Mobility Toolkit, we have the Resiliency Toolkit, and the Policy Toolkit. So in addition to these 3 toolkits, we have come up with 8 intersections for improvement, and 2 of those intersections include signal time adjustments, which is for US 41 and Bee Ridge, and the other one is for Cortez Road and State Road 789. So for these 2 intersections, the recommendation was adjusting the signal timings, and the other 6 mostly included doing rerouting or setting up a signal instead of a stop sign and all. And since the name of the study itself suggests that it's an implementation plan, most of these recommendations were focused on short-term and readily implementable solutions. So that is the little ITS and TSMNO section from the Bear Island implementation plan. And the other update from the MPO was the LRTP ITS and TSMNO projects that Nina has just mentioned. So FDOT D1 is reviewing our ITS and TSMNO projects for the cost feasible, and we're kind of waiting or working with the draft as of now. And once we have the draft list of ITS and TSMNO projects, we can send it over to this group for your feedback and review. And I can take any questions with that. All right. Thank you so much. And with that, we are moving to the next item on reports and presentations, that is 4C FDOT report.
Good morning. Can you hear me? I just wanted to make sure you can hear me on the mic.
Yes, we can.
And then sharing my screen. I having technical difficulties this morning with getting the screen to share.
There we go.
Got it? All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, thank you for the introduction. Mr. Stephen Davis, our district traffic operations engineer, could not be here today due to family sickness in his family. So I'll be taking over. Let me introduce myself. I'm the new TSMO program engineer. I've worked for District 1. I worked for DOT for 31 years, 29 of it in District 1. So I've went off to do some things for central office for the last 2 years with moving I-4 forward, and now I'm back to traffic operations. So as noted here on this introduction slide, the TSMO office, in my position, is primarily responsible for the signal timing, the maintenance of that said signal timing and signals, TMC operations, the TIM and the Road Ranger program, the ITS development, and innovative transportation technology solutions as well. So with that, this presentation is focused on projects development focus areas. We got 3 of them. We've got the congestion relief and signal optimization with the ATS-PM detection travel time detectors. Number 2 is the ITS network connectivity and resilience and redundant fiber redundant fiber loops, the network equipment, and the cellular comms. And then number 3, we got the traveler communication and the ADMS and the connected vehicles. With that, we'll go into the project updates for Manatee County. If you'll notice here, as you go through the projects, you got the project, the common name for the project, and then the FPID from the department's perspective. There in black and smaller text, you'll have like a very generic scope. And then what you see in red is an update of where the project currently is. So for the US 41 various locations, we have the 5 original intersections. The NTP was issued, contractor procuring equipment. For the Manatee County ADMS, we have for the State Road 70, 64 and State Road 70, we have first chargeable contract day, 5/15, completion mid-2027. The Manatee County EVP, we have the AI glance, radio, cellular, and 24 intersections associated that with also 10 EMS vehicles. That's complete. The county requesting to expand in future. South Skyway Rest Area, TPAS. That's the truck parking availability system, video-based. We have an NTP issue, completion end of 25. And the Sarasota Manatee TSP pilot project is the 4 intersections on US 41, Route 99 from Sarasota to Bradenton, expanding to 5 additional intersections. Contract awarded, contractor procuring equipment. Project updates for Manatee County continuing. We have State Road 684 Cortez from 26 to 301 Boulevard. Those are 7 intersections. We have 6 ATS PMs, 7 RSUs, and ATN switches in that scope. Begin design, it's Latin fiscal year 26. Beginning design, currently beginning design. State Road 684 Cortez from 34th Street West to 75th Street West to be determined, TBD, I'm sorry, is 9 intersections. Beginning design lets February 26. And US 301 from Traverse Road to 9th Street East. Those are 9 intersections in total, design fiscal year 26, unfunded for construction as of today. Project update for Sarasota County. The city of Sarasota, US 41, US 301 of Fruitville. So we have 3 separate corridors there, 16 intersections in total, integration completed. State Road 758, Bee Ridge, smart signals. There's 14 intersections in that project. Integration's completed. Need ATS PM SW update from UDOT and OBU purchase. State Road 780, Fruitville, and US 301 to Honore Avenue is 11 intersections in that project. Designer selected. Construction fiscal year 28. And the US 41 Bee Ridge to State Road 683 / US 301, 7 intersections in that project. Designer selected. Construction fiscal year 28. US 41 Gulf Gate Road to Glen Gray Street. It's 9 intersections in total. Designer selected. Construction fiscal year 28. And then State Road 72 Clark, US 31 to Derrick Avenue. It's 6 intersections in total. In design, construction fiscal year 26 with resurfacing. Project update general, we have the wrong way driving deployment. The dual highlighted signs, confirmation video, and IR cameras, phase B, in construction, completion April of 25. 7 interchanges in total. Phase C, final design completion end of 25, 3 intersections in total, interchanges. All MS interstate interchanges complete by end of 25, exception I-275 at US 19, tentative for 2025. Signal equipment upgrades. We have $5 million from MPO to fund signal equipment upgrades. Those scope includes cabinet controller switches, MMUs, detection, CCTV, Bluetooth, cellular modems, AI analytics, etc. Ordering has begun based upon agency priorities. A master plan update for Manatee ATMS master plan discussion is underway. So with that, feel free to ask me to go back to any of the respective slides and I'll pause for questions.
Any questions or comments for Keith? All right. Thank you so much, Keith, for providing the update.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. I think you'll have to stop sharing your screen for us to be able to reshare our screen.
Not let me unshare. Let me see if I can get to it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. With that, we move to the next item on the agenda, 5, once around the table. Does anyone have any comments, feedbacks, concerns, questions, or any other jurisdictional updates pertaining to ITS and TSMNO elements? All right, hearing none. I would like to thank everyone for attending this meeting, and it's 9:25 a.m. and I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Two.